लारा जी राइट में लारा
मैम यार मैम सामने
अरे तेरा कैमरा निकल
लारा जी राइट में लारा जी
मैम सामने
लारा जी राइट में
मैम सामने मैम सेंटर मैम सेंटर
लारा जी राइट में लारा जी
मैम सेंटर सेंटर मैम सेंटर या
राइट साइड
लारा जी है कैमरे में
हुआ तो चल देना जरा प्लीज लास्ट
They don't let me come here on stage, yeah? What is this? I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Lara, for being here. Wow, isn't she a true beauty? I can't hear you! Thank you. Lara, we are really privileged to have you on board with us, and I can't thank you enough on behalf of the Times of India group. Thank you so much. You have actually inspired so many women today, so many, I think they're countless. We all wish to be in your shoes someday. I hope so. God willing, that happens.
Quite a lot of them, so you're most welcome.
I knew that, of course it is. And I just would like you to share some experience with us, because we all been dying. I think all these people are not even here for this pageant. They're here for Lara Dutta. Which is
Lara Dutta wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this pageant. So there
wow! ये record कर दिया जाए, lock कर दिया जाए. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot. I want everyone to know that this year Lara, some gossip, okay? Inside news actually, not gossip. She even went and met the Miss Universe organization herself to understand what is happening with our country, and we would like you to share some dope inside news on that. Over to you, Lara. Is it okay if you can all capture her on this side? Is that good? Is there a light here? Thank you, Lara.
Thank you.
All yours.
Thanks. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Our bloggers, our photographers, our media people, some of our past winners that are here. So Natasha told you that I've been gracious enough to associate with them, but it's quite a different story because they won't really actually give me much of a choice. So this is my 4th year of association with Yamaha Fascino Miss Diva. And I think for me, the primary reason that I continue to be associated and really strive and work very hard with the organization to look for girls throughout the country is because of the immense pride and joy. I have to say, it's being a little selfish, but it gives me an incredible sense of achievement to be able to spend these 3 or 4 weeks with these girls that come in from all across the country. 90% of them extremely raw, not exposed to any kind of glamour industry ever before. But to be able to share with them or impart to them something that I feel is a life lesson that will go far beyond just winning a pageant on a stage, whether it is domestic or international. So it is about empowering women, giving them the opportunity and the freedom, and applauding them for having an independent thought, for being able to express it. So not just about being, you know, a pretty looking face with a great body, because everybody who comes to us is primarily between the ages of 17 to 23. And all the girls who enter are obviously very young, they're all very pretty, they all have great bodies, they're all thin, you know, so the hard business of finding a beautiful representative isn't about what they look like. It's about what they become once you're done with presenting them to the world as a Times product, as a diva. So, you know, people always ask, why Miss Diva? You know, diva is associated with a little bit of a negative connotation. Normally a diva is somebody who throws her weight around, you know, keeps the media waiting for hours on end, shows up and, you know, says no comments. But I think today's new age diva has completely and totally been redefined. So today a new age diva is a woman who walks into the room and owns that room the minute that she steps in there. That's the woman that you can't take your eyes off. You want to know what she has to say. You want to know who she is. And that's a diva. And that's the girl that we're looking for today. That's the kind of woman that we want to represent. We want representing India on an international stage. So I have a pretty hard job cut out for me as mentor to these girls. But like I said, it's extremely fulfilling. I have some winners. You'll meet them in a short while. They have their own journeys to share, so you'll hear it from them firsthand as to how this pageant has changed their minds. But I just want to share, Natasha said that earlier this year I actually flew to New York and met with the president of the Miss Universe organization. And I asked her the same question that every single Indian has been asking me for the last 17 years. What happened? Why aren't we winning any contests anymore? You know, so at one point of time, India was the superpower when it came to beauty pageants. We had innumerable Miss Worlds, one after the other. We had 2 Miss Universes in a span of 7 years. And then suddenly everything sort of just came to a grinding halt. You know, it just seemed we couldn't place, we couldn't get into the top 10, our girls weren't figuring anywhere. And then it just became, you know, like a mundane year after year where everybody stopped even paying attention to who was Miss India. Nobody knew because she was going international, she wasn't placing anywhere, she was coming back, and then the next year before you knew it, there was another Miss India and another Miss India, and it was the same fate. You know, so what was going wrong? What was it that we were doing differently that seemed to work earlier and didn't work now? And in quite a nutshell, nothing really. So it's just an international pageant is subject to so many different factors. As Natasha explained to you, there are countries who have waited 63 and 42 years to get a winner and a crown back to their countries again. And I'd just like to say the achievement that India has made where pageants are concerned internationally, I think after Venezuela and Philippines now, we're standing as one of the top 3 countries in the terms of the way women have performed internationally. And that is a huge achievement.
Yeah, let's give it up for that.
That's a huge achievement. So today, what is the reason that we've actually had this press conference? Why are we having the bloggers here? Why do we have the media here? It's not about to blow the trumpet again and say, oh, this is another, you know, media side of a launch for a Miss Diva. It's to really send the message out there that we can't do this without y'all. We can't find the girls across the country without your help. And we need you to help us in our endeavors to take this out to as many people across the country, to help people understand what is the process of getting a winner out there on the international stage. And until and unless we have young women come forward and participate, we're not going to be able to do that. Because one of the biggest challenges that we face year on year is the talent pool is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Today girls don't see it as, oh, you know, I mean, it's been 17 years, no one's ever won, I don't think it's ever going to happen again, so if I go through this and I don't win, you know, all that hard work in vain. But the fact of the matter is you have to understand that it goes so much more beyond just winning at an international pageant. So the kind of experience that you're getting, the kind of world that this opens up to you, you will not get this anywhere else. Trust me, I've been in this business for 22 years, 17 as a Miss Universe. You will not get this kind of experience in any field, no matter where you venture out. The kind of training, the kind of confidence that is instilled in you to then go out and conquer whatever field that you might want to go into. So why did we start off and make Miss Diva a separate property? There was always Femina Miss India. I was a Femina Miss India. Priyanka was my runner-up. Dia was the second runner-up. So there was one contest. But why change it? Why move and create Miss Yamaha Fascino, Miss Diva, Miss Universe India? Because the requirements of each individual pageant internationally are completely different. What does a Miss Universe do in her year? Natasha told you that I gave them a bit of a hard time and bent some rules and refused to do certain things that Times wanted me to do. Trust me, they weren't the only ones. I think I was one of the most rebellious Miss Universes that the Miss Universe organization ever had. I refused to sit in cars and wave at parades. That's not the reason that I busted my chops to really land where I was. The reason that I had to spend a year away from my family with nobody around me in Mr. Donald Trump's fancy Trump building that I hardly ever saw because I was on the road 330 days of the year. So I didn't want, that was not my choice. I hadn't gone through all of that to sit and wave at parades as a beauty queen in a sash and a crown. And I refused to do it. So what did they get me to do? They sent me out to the Harvard's AIDS Institute in Boston to address the scientists that had actually found the AIDS virus and tell them what I thought about the HIV/AIDS crisis in sub-Saharan Africa. What else did I do? They sent me to Senegal to address the UN Global Youth Conference on what the AIDS crisis was in India at that point of time. So you really came out where they throw you off the deep end and you either sink or swim. So to give you in a nutshell, the new Miss Universe, Miss France, recently attended an event with a senator from the United States where she actually got him to commit to his vote to a bill that is being passed in legislature in the US regarding HIV/AIDS. So these are the kind of things, that is the kind of advocacy we're talking about. It's not about just wearing a crown and shooting various campaigns and endorsing various products. The girls really need to be very, very strong vocally. And that's the kind of girl that we're looking for, and therefore Diva was created to just move the kind of spotlight on what was required from being a beauty queen that normally was associated with being very soft, very gentle, working on children's issues, things that were just, I would say, I'm not saying they're flat, but I'm saying what I'm saying is that they were a little bit more softer in approach. And Miss Universe is not soft. She's very ballsy, she's very vocal. And those are the kind of girls that we're trying to create and find in this country. So yeah, if you want to call in Asha and Aradhana, I'm sure that they will have, you want me to say, yes, okay, sorry, before she's like, I need the gossip. So the Miss Universe organization, when asked what they were looking for, what could we send them, that's exactly what she said to me. She said, send me a girl who nobody can stop listening to. Or send me a girl that when she comes in, I can't take my eyes off. So I'll tell you this, folks. When I was Miss Universe, people were very ready when they knew that, the new Miss Universe was going to come in through the door. Everybody was ready to see a beautiful woman walk through the door, right? But not necessarily an intelligent one. So the minute you opened your mouth and actually had something to say, it completely threw them off. But what a surprise package was that? It was amazing because you get them where an unexpected package that is refreshing. And that is what the Miss Universe organization wants today. They want somebody who owns herself, who owns the world, who knows that that is hers and she belongs in it. So we're going to try our hardest best this year, 2017. You're going to see the girls that have made it to the finalists for this year. Again, a lot of them are girls who are very, very raw, so we have a long way to go with them. But we would really love to have your support in getting people to understand what it is that we're doing here with this pageant, what it's all about, and what it entails and what it means, so that we can actually get also just a better lot of girls entering every year. So now you can invite
Lara, can you go again? To Miss Universe. Don't you think she should just go again, get us a crown back?
I think they have an age limit, and
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think I've done my what do they call duty parade. I've done it.
You're just amazing, Lara. And I guess it's the aura that you create. Thank you so much once again. And before I of course call upon our lovely two ladies who will join us on the panel for discussing the Miss Diva journey, Yamaha Fascino Miss Diva journey. I would like to say that this year we have achieved one more milestone, Lara. The Miss Diva pageant is successfully extending the brand and its salience into an exciting consumer product category of fragrances. Okay, so Miss Diva fragrances are now available in EDPs and body mist exclusively on Flipkart, Archie's as well as Health and Glow, and I'm not getting any perfume for this, I don't know why. But it's available for all of you. Before you leave, please take the perfumes for yourselves. And let me tell you that borrowing its attributes from the pageant, Miss Diva fragrances are available in 3 variants. The Showstopper, Fashionista, and the Cover Girl. It's developed in partnership with All Good Scents, one of the leading perfumeries of India, and it's designed from the juices in France. I don't know if that had to do with anything about France winning last year, but yeah, it's all about that. We would like you to all try it out and use it and let us know your feedback. Thank you so much. Let me call upon our next lovely lady really quickly. Alright, this lady, she's born in Uttarakhand. She began participating in beauty pageants. I can't even tell you, there are so many beauty pageants that she's participated in, Lara. I mean, I'm sure you know. She started off at the tender age of 15. After winning pageants like Miss Teen India, Miss Universal Teen, Miss Asian Supermodel India, Indian Princess, Miss Tourism Queen of the Year, Miss Universe India, Yamaha Fascino, Miss Diva, blah, 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 and the list goes on. And of course, she is worked into our Bollywood scene as well. Let's call upon the lady who's got over 5.8 million followers on Instagram and over 10 million Facebook followers. I will put my picture up there very soon with her. Let's call upon Urvashi Rotella.
Then this is where I'm shattering, including within the organization. This is where I'm shattering stereotypes. Please, Miss Diva doesn't have to be born in heels and be a girly girl who only wants to, wear tiaras on her head and pink dresses. I spent most of my childhood up in trees, plucking whatever fruit I could get my hands off, with my knees busted and my elbows busted. And I was an NCC cadet who went crawling through trenches with those awful 303 rifles over our heads at 5 o'clock in the morning. Whoa! I'm sorry, I disagree. That is what we're doing. We're rewriting the rules right here as Indian women. So very quickly to tell you, now that you've all here heard Asha speak, during her year that she participated, it was 2015-14, Asha was eliminated in one of the pre-rounds. Do you know which round it was that she was eliminated in? Asha was eliminated in the communications round. And elimination meant she was out of the contest. She was not in the running anymore for the final. So right here, the point that I'm trying to make is the fact of what hard work and perseverance is, and the fact that if you face a little bit of a setback or failure in life, it doesn't mean that at some point of time you're not going to stand on an international stage and be the first ever Indian to win a pageant that no one has ever won before from any part of this part of the world. So that is a huge achievement. We brought Asha back as a wildcard entry later in the contest after she was eliminated, and she went on to be one of our finalists that year. And that is an incredible achievement. Wow.
I'm a fashion blogger and a law student. Hello? I would like to know what special efforts the contestants need to put in so that they win the Miss Universe contest this year. I mean, apart from winning Yamaha Fascino, Miss Diva, Miss Universe 2017.
No, it's a good question. So, when I asked what was so special about Miss France this year, that's what I asked the Miss Universe people when I met them in New York. I said, what out of 100 and I don't know how many ever countries, what made France stand out? And the response that I got back is that the coordinators, so the countries are divided into small groups when you're participating at the pageant, and each group has a coordinator that looks after, say, 4 or 5 girls. So what I got the feedback was that the coordinators right across through the entire Miss Universe organization absolutely loved Miss France, even before she came in front of any judging panel, because she had a warmth and a sincerity that wasn't put on, it wasn't fake, it wasn't, sort of made up. She was not a textbook beauty queen. You know, she wasn't saying the right things and dressing the right way, and you know, so she was genuinely warm and she was genuine, and that's the most important thing. So I think for us today, a lot of the times the girls have watched so many past contests, Sushmita's, Aishwarya's, Diana's, Priyanka's, mine, you know, that they come with a mindset that I must stand like this and I must speak like this, you know, and I must walk like that. And it honestly, for me, when I see that, it negates the possibility of how much I can do with the girl right there. Because I'd rather have a clean slate that I can start afresh with, you know, and make you understand the fact that being a beauty queen or being a Miss Diva goes so much more beyond just the way that you present yourself when the cameras are rolling or when the judges are sitting in front of you. You know, what is it that you are like as a person? So those are the things that we work on to instill a sense of confidence in themselves within the girls. The girls are very, very young. A lot of them don't have a lot of exposure. They come from small towns. So how do you give them a worldwide view? How do you give them the confidence and the courage to stand up and actually say something that may be controversial, maybe something that's not aligned with the majority way that the masses think? You know, how do you give someone that young the confidence to be able to do that? So those are the things that go into the training process. Those are the most important things. Apart from that, yes, we're teaching you to walk in heels, we're teaching you how to, you know, to converse, how to style yourself, how to dress, how to be presentable. But it goes so much, that's why I was saying that finally at the end of the day, these girls will take something that will last them a lifetime, far beyond what they will do at a contest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
जनता पार्टी
You're looking really pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to ask you one question. What do you think that apart from grooming and you know, giving them the poise that you're going to do for them?
I can't give them the poise. I can only tell them.
Okay, what do you think actually makes a diva in the truest sense?
That's what I said. That is, for me, the truest essence of a diva is exactly that. It's somebody who is totally and completely unapologetic and unafraid to be herself. That is a diva. Doesn't matter if she's a diva who's winning with a crown on her head or not. You are a diva to me in my eyes if that is who you are. If you own who you are, to me, that is a diva.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're the diva of divas. We have to learn from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just one moment coming. One moment, please wait. Yes, you? Excuse me? Go ahead. Yeah.
Hi. So while Asha was talking and Aradhana was talking, I realized that both your parents have been really supportive. And you know, when Lara, you were saying that in terms of the talent pool, there is talent diminishing every year. I think parental consent is a huge barrier, right? So is there something that as the platform is
thank you,
you can do to kind of break that?
I think for me, being here and being associated with it is one of the key reasons that actually will provide, you know, sort of a reassurance and a comfort to a lot of, especially parents, guardians out there. The idea that we're saying is give us your daughters so that we may actually make something of them. And I'm an example of what the possibility could be. So for me as a celebrity, whether it's as a Miss Universe, as a Miss India, as an actor, there's a tremendous amount of social responsibility that comes with the way that I am projected, the things that I say, the way that I have constantly tried to conduct my life as, you know. So there is, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of exploitation in the glamour world. There's a lot of exploitation, there's no getting away with that. And at some point of time, as an actress or as a beauty queen, some people that you may come, you know, in contact with will probably exploit you. But in these 3 or 4 weeks that I get with these girls, and these girls know, I mean, every time I get a moment alone with them, all I can possibly do is try and give them enough examples on how to protect themselves from those kind of situations arising. You know, so that is exactly what I'm there for. When I'm here as a mentor, that is my job. My job is not just to groom these girls, but also to protect them.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hello, Janda bhai.
Yes, please, sir.
My name is Nihakshna and I want to ask a question. I believe that every contestant is different. But at some point of time in the past or in the future, have you come across any point that you see that two contestants are same and you're confused who is actually like that kind of sensitive finals?
It happens all the time. It happened just yesterday when we were doing the final auditions. It's so difficult. You'll find two girls who will be tied with exactly the same amount, the same points, and then you don't know because only one of them can make it.
So then what do?
You go with your gut. That's what they've hired me for. They've hired me for my eye and my gut. That's what I go with. No. I think... No, but I'll tell you, because this is such a visual medium and it's all about first impressions. So I think if there are two girls, you have to veer towards the girl that has the most maximum stage presence at that point of time. Because at the end of the day, at an international contest, the judges very rarely will see you up close and personal. Most of the time they're seeing you right on stage. So it's about the kind of effect that you have and the impact that you have, what you exude when you're standing there. So most of the time, it'll boil down to that.